We are bad. And it's funny because a lot of us spend a lot of time trying to prove that we're not bad. Especially church people are really good at trying to not appear bad. Jesus had pretty strong words about this. You can look it up in Luke 18. But he tells this great story where these two guys go into the temple to pray, and the Pharisee goes in first, and he has this prayer, and it's amazing. He says, "I thank you, God, that I am not a sinner, like everyone else." And if that's not arrogant, I don't know what is. God, I thank you that I'm not like the slime that's 99.999% of the people around me. For I don't cheat, I don't sin, I don't commit adultery, and I'm certainly not like that guy, the tax collector. I fast twice a week, and I give you 1/10 of my income. You say, I don't do that. And yet, when we watched that video just a second ago, it was very easy for us to go, those security guards, those people watching who didn't do anything, are jerks. And the implication is, I'm quite a bit better. The tax collector stands at a distance and dares not even to lift his eyes to heaven, and he prays. As he prayed, instead he beat his chest in sorrow, saying, God, be merciful to me, for I am sick. Jesus, I tell you, this sinner, not the Pharisee, returned home justified before God. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. He said, look, bottom line, you're messed up, people. Admit it. Face it. Deal with it. You don't have anything. And church people who try to pretend that you're all right, you end up coming across as complete arrogant jerks, because that's what you are. Because at the heart of it, you are bad. But when you feel like you've got to make yourself look good, that drives you into apathy. Because instead of standing there and looking at this guy and going, man, that guy's hurting. I don't know what's going on in his life, but he's over there weeping and beating his chest in church. Maybe there's something going on. He's more concerned about making sure that God knows that he's okay. He's more concerned about making sure God knows that he's important. You see, all of us, by our very nature, find our significance, our value in what we're not. As in, I'm not like that person. Or by what other people tell us about ourselves. You're a great worker. You're a great husband. You're a great parent. You do well at your job, and that builds us up and makes us feel good about ourselves. But the problem is, it's a double-edged sword, because at the same time, if we fall off that train, then we're not good. We're not worthy of love. We're despicable. And we get caught. So we have to be a little bit better than the people around us, and that leads us directly into apathy, because we're too busy trying to make sure that we're okay. In Romans 7:18, Paul says, I know that nothing good lives in me. I know that nothing good lives in me. That is, in my sinful nature. I want to do right, but I can't. All of us are bad. All of us are like the Israelites who have rebelled against God, said, no, I don't want that. End up hurting ourselves and hurting other people. Every one of us is in that condition. I don't care if you're coming in here going, man, I've been a church member since I was this high, or you know what, I hate Christians and people like them. All of us at the core are merely trying to find our way against everyone else, and inside of us there's nothing good, because we're trying to build ourselves up. We're trying to find out who we are. There's nothing good inside of us. We really shouldn't be surprised when we watch videos like that. We shouldn't be surprised when we see apathy and we feel apathy. We become numb. But what did Jesus do? Jesus looked at us and said, hey, guess what? You're messed up.